Golden Guardians, and now Team Liquid will bring in the Orn Horn for Bwipo.
I was gonna say, you know, conspicuously open things like Aurelia, some of those aggressive melee
Comparison of our two teams, the Gold's dead even. Santorin's hanging around mid once again. Bjergsen goes in for the flash, puts the gravity well behind a Blaze Olive, and now they're gonna cut him off with the pillar. It's first blood there for me. You can clip it, I don't care, it's fine. We already know. Anyway, Santorin picks up the Drake with Core JJ's and Guardians into a fight sooner than they might want to.
Absolutely, and you know, you have to give some credit to Bwipo here on the top side as well. There's only down the 4 CS, and he's on his Warden's Mail now, so that's kind of the bane of all the physical damage range dominators here, as Warden's Mail makes it so hard to actually poke them out.
Yep.
A lot of people moving up here. TL have all 5 here at this Herald. Golden Guardians are moving up, but they're a little bit more slow. Is Hans gonna commit the arrow?
Well, we've already got the Leona engaged, and now the Golden Guardians strike! Gold against Team Liquid. How did this stay in the game for so long? Level of efficiency, but down here in bottom, it is already over for Lost as Core JJ grabs the kill and Hansama flashes away from the follow-up. It's support traded for AD carry 1-for-1. Bwipo with the knock-up underneath the turret for the solo kill.
Oh, Bwipo gets one back on the top side. There's TL engaged. They get the first kill, but it was a nice trade from Golden Guardians. It cost them 4 members to do it though, and at the same time, Licorice trying to go big up on the top side. That final knock up there from Bwipo, plus it looked like the Spellbook Ignite was enough to actually prevent. Ole flashes for it!
Ole with the flash Zenith Blade to stop Bjergsen's teleport, and now the Team Liquid mid laner is nearly dead against a Blaze Olive's damage. Ole's likely gonna die for his sins, and a Blaze Olive will do the same.
Oh, no.
Was it actually worth it?
It was not.
Doesn't appear so. Santorin, Officer Santorin
milestone, but definitely the engage not working out at all for Ole. He thought he had the ability to punish there on Bjergsen. He trades his flash to cancel the TP. If they get the kill and get out, like, that's really good for Golden Guardians,
sick.
but doesn't work out. That fails. They get the solo kill on the top side. Everything starting to go TL's way.
Oh, Pride Stalker and a Blaze Olive, though. They're trying to make up for this.
He's gonna live.
Bjergsen gets away. The damage over time.
At like 17, 18 minutes. It's just gonna put too much pressure, I think, on you for the rest of the game. So we'll see what the setup is gonna be. Of course, there's a lot of time to kind of get some vision around there. But for now, TL is dominating vision on the bottom side. You can drop this here, get a second
Don't even
tower.
have to.
And yeah, maybe even better, don't even have to. If you want to move it in for the tier 2, you could try. Bar, get that ready to fight, because that is going to be critical for this potential engage. But here goes now.
All right, Ole's decided to engage, but the counterattack is coming out on a Blaze. Olive is under pressure. Ole, a Blaze, they're both already dead, and Team Liquid's got nobody in trouble. Santorin keeps the chase alive, looking for Pride Stalker as Licorice and Lost try to farm up underneath the tier 1 turret and remove the wave. TL gets the fight. TL's gonna take the red. Golden Guardians coming back into their own jungle. Is this a mistake? It just might be. Gravity Well's gonna force out a flash. Licorice tries to get away from the Chaos Storm. He'll survive with 200.
Right, where you're easily able to proc it as soon as you need. But TL said, okay, we're not gonna let you do it. Bwipo immediately throws down the ulti. Hansama
Effective value for any given dragon. That just means that Team Liquid will then have extra pressure on turrets or barons or whatever else.
Absolutely, and it allows your front line to play, you know, I think a lot more aggressive when you do actually have that Mountain Soul shield. It's also a lot easier for the back line if they're diving in there and trying to
save the upgrade. I would always give you the first upgrade.
Oh, thank you. I
but
appreciate
he's
that.
not, so that'll never happen. As Licorice is going to get yeeted up into the air, Core JJ's ready for follow-up, and Bwipo gets a killing spree. Golden Guardian's going to see what they can find on the other side of the map. Is there a counterattack to be had? Isaac, I don't think there is.
Nope, not too much, but it looks like they might be able to knock down the turret. Bjergsen softens up the wave with his ulti, so all those minions will only take 1 auto instead of the 2. But Pride Stalker can just tank this up. They're going to finish it off, so nicely done. Good attempt there from Bjergsen. It is smart for him to micro his ultimate just to the back line, because that does reduce, even if you get 1 pulse on the range minions, it's 1 turret shot instead of 2, right? So it's double the speed. But TL can do the same thing on the bot side. Already touched on it. Trundle's one of the best turret killers and chances a lot more. Hans is on 2 items plus the BF, but they do have the inside track. Licorice trying to charge up, and TL's just gonna go.
Whippo's ready to start it off, and Ole's about to die here at the very beginning. A Blaze Olive trying to disengage here with the exhaust on him, finds a shockwave on 2, but Lost is already gone. Core JJ with a flash dredge line, but a Blaze Olive with a flash of his own to get away. Santorin keeps trying to cut off the fleeing members of the Golden Guardians. He walks right past Licorice, looks for the pillar onto a Blaze Olive. The rest of the team finds Licorice. The Mega Gnar is way too late to do anything that matters. And Hans Sama's flash forward into the volley double kill means Team
And
Liquid.
again, you're showing up, you don't have the Gnar bar charged here, so TL, they just force the fight. It's Licorice on 0.
Soul and a 2,500 gold lead are taking control over the top side river now. Their 4-man squad might just look for Licorice here. Core JJ not going to find the dredge line. Both mid laners are not present for what could be this fight as Licorice tries to get out and Santorin leads the way. Whippo's coming around from the other angle. Licorice is locked down, a defensive Mega Gnar to try to get himself out. He uses a stopwatch, but what's it gonna do? Not a thing. Ole's the next target, and Leona's not tanky enough to survive this TL squad. A Blaze Olive stuck underneath the tier 2 turret will buy a moment longer with a stopwatch, but that is it. Golden Guardians are lined up in a neat little single file line, and Team Liquid is checking them all out.
Man, I want to see a replay of that and count the tower shots on Whippo. It looked like he tanked a good 15 tower shots or something there. Just fully tanking up the tower through that entire scrap, taking no damage whatsoever. I said this was going to be a long game. Egg on my face. It looks like TL, they're just pushing in for the win.
Team Liquid at 26 minutes. They got 5 players in the enemy base, and Golden Guardians only got 1. Golden Guardians only got none left. Excuse me. Team Liquid 17-3 in a game that never even had a 1,000 gold difference until what felt like 20 minutes are now about to end it and take the Nexus. Whippo wants to pad his stats a little bit more, but the team's got other plans. Team Liquid takes the win.
Very clean of damage.
It's so usually the default in these things, I would have to read the Zeri tooltip.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Because a lot of the buffs that champions get are
Oh,
like,
Riven! You can steal the ultimate, so it probably doesn't matter at all.
well,
But
at
it's
least
one
we
of those funny
discussed
things.
it. We had to be prepared, Mr. Razael, and Jose Diodo is prepared to go in after Inspired. Johnson just skates over the wall. He's ready to join the fight.
Afro's almost
It's
dead.
gonna turn violent. Afromoo jumps in and flashes back over the wall. Jose Diodo is sent to the glue factory. The horse is gone.
Tukoy is very good at playing to his strong side of the map, playing towards that side where he will be a little bit more safe. In this case, nothing forced, doesn't panic flash, sees the hook's gonna go wide, doesn't step into it.
Now Jose is ready to follow up.
You
JoJo ends up getting baited into a bad situation, and it's a kill back over to FlyQuest.
Nice little counter gank there from Jose, but it's engaged on the bot side. Afro should just be able to E out. And yeah, I mean, they had full knowledge that Jose was there. JoJo, I think, felt safe because Inspired was in the area and actually was able to kind of push Jose back, taking away those Raptors. But Jose just says, well, you take the Raptors, I'm going to take your mid laner. JoJo goes aggressive, the charm lands, and that bought the time for Jose to get in there. Now, though, trying to look for the dive. Kumo's got to play around these Graves auto attacks.
Yup, trying to use the turret to block the auto attacks, but Impact's got a good flash. And Kumo...
So as soon as you see Jose get pushed out off his Raptors, you're like, well, am I going to get dove? You got to play safe.
Oh, but a nice attempt coming out from FlyQuest here. JoJo's ready to go right back in. They're going to find the first kill on Afromoo with JoJo getting away. Tukoy falls next. Inspired's going to reset City, but he can't quite make the full trip. Johnson picks up 1, but Danny wants to get the counter. That are 500 gold out ahead.
Almost passing him.
Yeah, Kumo is just nothing but pain and suffering here in top lane. The Riven is going
right. Like you don't have resolve secondary. You don't have any sort of sustain, in your items or in your kit. But he's gonna go in.
Kumo's trying to do it. Afromoo's coming in to help him here. Goes for the engage, the flash, the knock-up. Impact's trying to stand and fight. He flashes away himself, but he is still ignited.
Flash
Impact
follow.
stays alive through it, and Kumo's got the kill thanks to Afromoo.
Nicely done there from Kumo and Afro. Getting that kill back on the top side was absolutely necessary. They're trying to punish on bot side with the dive.
And I think they'll do just that. Vulcan gets away from the last
If
turret.
you can actually pull off a dive on top side, if you can actually combine and kill off this Graves again, it's not a bad
Back here for what could be a topside river fight as we have the Rift Herald started up by FlyQuest. Jose Diodo on that one. Stasis from Vulcan to keep himself alive as he gets caught out. And FlyQuest immediately collapsed for the kill, 1-0. Evil Genius is now backing out. I don't know if they have anything to fight this with. JoJo's level 11 here with a potential Soul and Silas ulti. Maybe they have a move, but nope, they're not going to go in after that, or are they? It's Afromoo dying first as JoJo gets himself away, and Evil Geniuses have already found 2. Inspired keeps on chasing, looking for the stun and the damage. There's number 3. Over at Impact, he's got the ingredients for his next lethality item, just needs to combine them.
And he's got tower.
Yep, there. Hey, there's your combined money. I think that it's going to be
400 gold, Mr. Flowers.
It's like 14, and then some change. And with the change,
It's 400 gold for a tier.
is it 400 gold instead of 350? All right, I screwed it up.
It is.
That's my
It's
bad. Okay, so yeah, it's
Tried
like
your
12 then.
best.
Yeah, I tried my best. I thought I was being cool with math.
That's
but
what happens. We do math on broadcast.
Yeah, it's
You
okay.
committed the deadly sin.
I'm just going to leave it up to Freak from now on. He's the one who knows how to do that, not me. I'm going to say Scorpion stuff. As JoJo going after Takoi. We got a battle of the Ahri ultis, and it's Takoi saying he's got the real deal. JoJo's got to get back over the wall. Tries to re-engage there. If that stun would have hit with a
Here's
Kingmaker
Kumo.
follow-up, now JoJo's going to die. The collapse is... I don't think he's got a whole thing he can do at all. Dredgeline! Not quite
Good
going to hit him
sidestep.
there. Nice sidestep from Kumo to make sure he doesn't get
Very
hit.
tough to come back from. Kumo, though, should at least get this tower, so it's going to be some more gold in his pockets. And that gold lead will be closing quite a lot off the back of this. So, down under 1,000 gold. Everyone else on EG is going to be fairly kind of tanky, fairly difficult to actually knock down. And Danny is going to be very, very evasive. They knock
The
down.
time. What's it going to be? Drake's already been started. Inspired's not worried about it. Diego has plenty of sustain. The Drake is already secured by EG. Afromoo coming around from the side, and Kumo's already down. JoJo bought time, and the stasis is going to make sure this fight does not stop going EG's way. JoJo with a second stasis afterwards, and EG gets... Yep. When you're looking at things like this, I mean, you're going to get 1,500 from Baron, so there's your gold lead at 7,500. His health bar before the Riven even makes it into the main melee, and that's why Kumo evaporated, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot you can do against a Graves that's this fed, and now Evil Geniuses is looking to probably just end our game before 30 minutes. They've got the Baroned up wave crashing into the top lane inhibitor turret. Cannon minions, 2 of them. Putting the damage into that one, even if nobody else can get close. Inspired bringing up the wave in mid to create the second point of pressure. Tier 3 turret dies in top, and the engage is immediately there to follow up, but it is going to be Vulcan who dies first, traded away for Afromoo. Both supports are off the table. FlyQuest will continue the defense now as EG tries to back away. Danny calls back the feathers. Meanwhile, the mid lane wave still unanswered. Kumo rotates over to that one now, as Inspired's going to be left to deal with him. Kumo jumping forward, looking for the Evil Geniuses jungler.
That was the ult.
And yes, he's used the ultimate. Now that Kumo doesn't have that, the threat of the Riven. Exactly. They saw they had 15 seconds left. They wanted to just make a beeline straight for the enemy base and get some value there if they can. Everfrost not going to stop Jose Diodo, who's trying to run around on the front line. He's already dead before I can finish my sentence. Evil Geniuses, 5v4 in the enemy base. Second inhibitor is now down. Baron may have disappeared, but the threat of the EG push has not. Takoi lands a charm onto Inspired, but there's no way to follow up. Super minions flow into the side lanes as EG sets up to take down what could be the last inhib in the very end of the game.
Yeah, Jose was trying to posture to kind of think they're just going to dive.
Vulcan flash, Dredgeline damns Kumo to another death, and now it's FlyQuest running for their lives. Takoi the only one left, and Evil Geniuses are ready to end the game here and now. The kill happens on the stairs of the fountain, and EG, looking to repeat Super Week success, are just about to put FlyQuest in the dirt. Jose Diodo buys a little bit of time, but oh man, there ain't anything else to find. He might just die to the minions. He'll walk through the base gate and head out into the wild blue yonder as EG heads straight for the Nexus and a win against FlyQuest.
This is a huge win for EG, going up against one of their close opponents in this.
But in the end, it is the consistent pick that we've seen from him. Most picked champion is the Victor, that reliable mid lane AP scaling in both of the solo lanes. So we'll see if that bleeds over to the other side of the map. Already though, you see Blabber moving up into the top side of this mid lane matchup. So he's gonna come from behind blue.
The Roomba down bot. We got Biofrost Dignitas having to flash away, Ignite utilized as well, but Blabber securing it here on the top side with that first blood. Biofrost, one more hit will do it. Berserker gets the kill. 2 on the board. Haven't had a chance to set around, and that allows Cloud9 to set up for this top play. Fake God does see it coming, so uses the Speed Boy play to get away, flashes, but it's not enough. Even throws down the Slicing Maelstrom just to make sure that Fudge doesn't go in, but he does with the distortion, takes a couple tower shots.
And it's all because the chain of events that we're tracking from mid lane. Winsome recalls, goes mid to push out for Fudge, and then he can
Victor,
overload.
that can be a threat later on if Dignitas can manage to get there. And here with the River play is where they try to get it going. Abyssal dive for the double knockup. 2 members of Cloud9 exhaust directly onto Blabber, who uses the Heartbreaker to get away, but he is very low, so one more slice from Blue will get it, and the kill. More comfortable sitting pretty and seeing what happens from there.
Yeah, we shall see. I mean, River does still have Flash on Lee Sin, so when he gets his kick back again, he will be able to pull off a more exciting play. Last one, all that was required was the Ward Hop. Summit here just continues to push in on top side, and with the Hullbreaker,
flashes for it, throws him into the wall, even drags an ultimate out of it.
Have his proto belt done yet, so it's just Sork shoes and some pieces of AP. There's no place really for Dig
on that objective, but Dignitas don't lose anything in that process at least. Summit again facing off against Fate God, Slicing Maelstrom thrown down. A few more autos should do it, one after the flash, and Summit on fire.
These are the most unfortunate flashes. An auto is already in the air there, and it was the hyper proc auto, so Summit gets the kill anyway. And I mean, we talked about last time, at least 4, I would say, to then push hard and try and at least trade back maybe some of these objective bounty gold bonuses we'll be able to.
Posing the real questions here, Kobe. Changing the game state. C9 really do make it feel like you need to offer those kind of odds sometimes when facing against them, because here at the 18-minute mark, we have
comeback play that we hypothesized for Dig. It does have to surprise Cloud9. And is so tanky because of the passive from Hullbreaker. So another dragon picked up there for Cloud9. No use contesting them.
And that stronghold that Cloud9 have been accumulating on this game is Summit.
Or
going
go for
it
solo.
again on to Fake God. He wants to make a statement here. He wants to take him down again. Teleport coming on the opposite side into stasis. Fake God goes, flashes away, throws down more damage, but the follow-up from Summit. Now his eyes are on Blue. Crashes him into the wall, but Biofrost has made his rotation on over. The exhaust thrown down. Gobble him up with the Devour. Biofrost keeps Blue safe. Can they lock him? Can they punish him? But a good old hop away. Boulder does not hit, but one more hit of the Tongue Lash. The Death Ray on the side. Blue gets it, takes down the Yordle.
All right, you got to keep River out. Cloud9, your main duty is to keep River out, and they do it.
Oh, go away, River. A little HP to your name. Cloud9 now have control over the Baron, and with 7,000 gold into their team pocket, it now turns...
They do that immediately. You see Fudge over the back of the wall. Winsome running at him as well. Everybody knows. Junglers to inhibit their farm, and he only did 2 camps. Level 2 Viego wraps all the way around the Victor to get that. Doesn't get a lot of credit on Cloud9 because there's so many other star players. Really good positioning from him and Roam Timers as well to set up for Cloud9. And as we speak about the beginning of the game, the end of the game is near. They've finished up on the bottom inhibitor, Gabby, and they are looking for the other 2 inhibitor turrets.
Setting up to break into the base. They send Summit to clear up that wave up top, which calls the attention of Blue, but Dignitas are split across with the power that C9 are bringing towards them. Another inhibitor turret has been taken down. Blabber, nice discovered territory, but the route directly onto that Tom Kenj. Biofrost has to exit it, and the zip around Fake God throwing down his...
There is mini Gnar now for Summit, so maybe there's a window here. Dig, you gotta go!
Splitting across though, Summit just taking his eyes onto that Nexus turret. He can eliminate it, which calls the attention. Fate God coming on through with the Proto Belt, but Summit now has the assistance of the rest of the team. Fudge with the extra damage. Another stopwatch here after the Zonius was previously built for this Kennen. But Cloud9, they don't care. They just want to get him in a place where he cannot contend their push. They take it onto the second turret, isolate a single River who has to use a stopwatch that was in his inventory. They take down Summit. There's 2 eliminated for Cloud9, but multiple on Dignitas that are way too low to keep from this slow push forward from Cloud9. Oh, Blabber setting off here. He even goes and takes the last hits for the Bud Light Ace. Triple kill for Berserker on this. All that standing is a Nexus, but they want to surround it with the full effect of their minions. Cloud9 standing strong as a top team.
Here for Mr. Jenkins, and into the what has become more common Aatrox after the buffs to the sweet spot damage. Blind pick there from Revenge. Find it. This has got a little bit dangerous though as they face check this brush.
Going on into it. Poom getting locked down. Just too squishy here in the early moments. So CLG are the ones to
Off
step.
of the dragon into Contract's hands, and then have him continue on with his clear through Wolves. Should be nice for CLG. It catches
Down
them
from bot as well. Rotation happening from the CLG side. But Joey's coming through too. Charm and stun and lock on down. Jenkins eliminated at the hand of Xerxes, and now they can hit themselves right back onto the objective. The Rift Herald being marked down lower and lower below 2,000. The Charm and the pull on through, but Contracts and Palafox, they're sticking on into it. Joey trying to rotate over from the river direction. Poom goes for it. The follow-up here from Contracts. This affords a kill in favor.
And they go off of that bottom lane push into deep vision and a mid play.
Oh, the blast down, the charm, it's all there for Immortals onto Palafox.
Being able to get off Fear there, he just was annihilated. No time to flash either. So Immortals, again, it's these
that they've been going for. Try and get Luger in a position where he can scale into the later portions of the game. They have maintained a bit of dragon control.
But if CLG can push it through with an early setup, they've got a nice route here to still come back. And CLG kind of giving up their bottom side to go for this top play onto Revenge.
Revenge hooked on through, knocked up. The CC going to be continued and good. Poom tanking the shots like you should. So they do manage to get that kill, but on the opposite side, IMT see the opportunity. Xerxes and Power of Evil working in tandem once more, punishing Jenkins.
Yeah, I think Jenkins just got a little too curious there. With the commitment of 3 members topside for CLG, a minute ahead of this dragon, CLG should completely give up their blue quadrant, their jungle. Yeah, it hurts because it makes it difficult for you to lead up to the dragon and get through your own territory, but you have to do it if you're committing to a topside dive like that. So kill acquired for CLG, but then kill also just given right back on the opposite side of the map, and Immortals are happy because they got to leave behind wards leading up to the dragon. So it actually looks quite good for Immortals on the next dragon. CLG, they're just going for the top kill instead.
Only 20 seconds till that time. Wild Turtle flashing away, and that's a very speedy Zeri sidestepping the Super Mega Death Rocket as well.
Oh,
the Contract wants to go for the hit. Palafox from way downtown, taking down the Turtle. Down here as well, stunning up onto Jenkins, but he has Contracts directly behind him as well. Pumbaa, Power of Evil going over the wall with the Spirit Rush he has at his disposal. Palafox is here too. You have to be careful from that. Poom from the opposite side. Contracts bursted so low, he has to be taken out of it. Hextech Ultimatum thrown down onto one. Xerxes no longer. There's 2 taken down for Immortals. The pop-up from Luger with the multiple kills, and CLG, they win the fight, and they get the soul point off the back of that.
It's so huge for CLG. They get the pick on the top side of the map, and they are able to evade the trap. Now it's about what can Immortals get back. This tower literally only needs 1 more hit, so that thing is gonna go down at some point. PoE can just walk up, acquire the gold. This time around, they get to make Immortals face check.
Which is why Joey's standing right behind the rest of his team, or in front of them rather. Palafox is on the opposite side here too. If you can get the lockdown, trying to go for the Hitmaker, it's not enough. Joey is out, and Immortals become so much more vulnerable because of it though. A good stun onto Contracts means he's pushed away and killed on the way save. Hextech Ultimatum uses onto Power of Evil, and he has the Spirit Rush to get out of it. All the way up top though, Revenge, he's going for the flank. 1 kill down onto Jenkins. Wild Turtle gets 1. Palafox, you are under the eyes of Wild Turtle, and the lasers that zip right into your face, ace!
Thing on the map. Are you kidding me? Fighting out of the 4 versus 5 basically, since Joey got bursted down. The burst damage here, and Xerxes chasing over the back with the reset on the Viego gets to open up so much room for Wild Turtle to punish CLG. Contracts can't get there for the steal. Backline, even with the early numbers advantage, CLG can't chase down the extra kills. A little bit hyphy there off of what they thought could be the game, basically.
The mobility of the champs at Power of Evil and Wild Turtle are rocking, are really paying off for sure.
6 kills onto Xerxes with this Viego. This man is massive. Stopwatch in inventory, Death Dance, plus the Divine Thunderer. Okay.
Close. Power of Evil
Topside turret and just say, hey, we need gold. to be able to even think of fighting towards a dragon fight in a 5-on-5. And I think that is going to be the call here. So they will get paid for their time, but it is going to still be Immortals with a lot of map pressure here for the next 5 minutes, in which case you get to look for picks. They have a lot of opportunities to push out on side and then look for pick sign, because PoE is one of the scariest ones trying to look for picks.
Up and right here, bring them on in with face, and Poom getting knocked down, throws out the Riptide, a good old chunk. Joey flashing away, Super Mega Death Rocket lands onto Xerxes, but talking about that stopwatch, one of them utilized now by the support that has now been eliminated by CLG. Will they continue to chase on down? But Jenkins, he has another target directly onto Revenge, separates him with the Hextech Ultimatum, Guardian Angel to bring him back to it, and a very heavy chunk down if you're looking over towards Immortal too, with Viego. They take
for CLG. Over 7,000 gold behind before they pick up these kills, and they find the picks.
Dragon has officially been started up. Revenge wanting to just keep neck and neck with the enemy top laner here in Jenkins. But who's gonna take it down? Going over the wall with the blast cone. Revenge is here. Boom, gets charmed in, and in the end, it's Xerxes that takes the dragon itself. But the fight will continue. That's way into the back line. Power of evil brought into the light by Palafox here, and Xerxes using the Heartbreaker here for an escape. Now has to come right back from the depths of hell just to maybe be eliminated again, with Wild Turtle taken down. Everybody taken down. CLG with a Bud Light ace.
It's CLG handing out the Bud Light aces to other teams now, and Luger's gonna lead the charge. CLG with their first victory of Super Week. Are you kidding me? They're gonna ride straight down mid lane.
Smashing on down, making a statement, feeling the pressure of the entirety of this season and turning it into fuel. Joey's back up and puts a showstopper into the back line just to make sure he's putting every best effort. But it's CLG taking the win and eliminating Immortals from playoffs.
The first
on that Gnar pick, and it's Graves. Second time that we will be seeing Graves for someday, having just recently played the pick during the last game last week.
Yeah, and a really strong performance. Did a full clear, so level 4 on Lee Sin, looking to still make moves mid.
Oh, and he is here. A nice charm onto Vex, the Orb of Deception for the additional damage. A nice hit from Closer, first blood on top. And now hovering over towards this top side. There is a ward that Huni will see for a moment's time, but now right in that smoke screen, for temporarily taken away. Hopping on over Closer's head, uses the flash into the tower, but Closer, he goes for it and he takes it.
Of 100 Thieves off of the back of Closer. Full clear Lee Sin into a reverse out vision right now, and it's looking like we're gonna get a banger at this Rift Herald.
Ooh, who are you going in? Oh, Shen Yi right in the center of it all. A charm directly from Takeover and exhausted immediately upon entering Closer. A little bit dangerous for him, but it's Steven that loses his life. The trade back onto Closer. Both of the jungles eliminated, but the mid laner taken down. Takeover gone as well, but the hits are too good. Blast Cone for some of that separation, but FBI Speedy gets more shots in. Still, survival from a couple members, delaying that Rift Herald dropping too, so they can assure it's a full takedown wave here on the backside too. So
Dragon's gonna get evened out here, but still a nice little cutback on the gold there for TSM. Getting right back up after got his Hullbreaker first. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, you don't have to spend extra resources to topside. They can use them bot.
Nope, you flash on down, you finish off the kill. Closer.
He might have to flash.
Yeah, through the gate, Closer comes on by, and Huni did push up that wave recently, so a little bit of assistance for TSM if necessary. But you gotta worry about what 100 Thieves bring on through. A little bit to the side is where one goes, but everybody goes into Berserk. Shenyi actually throwing down the stopwatch in the process, the handshake to pull him right back on in. Now
we'll try and race them on bottom side. So bottom turret will be raced here with Volibear in exchange for this top side for 100 Thieves. But 100 Thieves can then also rotate over. They don't have to stop. They've got the early lead in pushing power.
Sticking around for a bit of time to make sure they capitalize upon that pushing power, putting the wards all throughout that enemy. The pressure is still pushing over towards mid. to keep Tactical at bay as long as possible. The Dragon now spawn right in the middle of this bush. Spica now is the center of attention, has to crash on away, but Shenyi also brought down low. Closer going into stasis immediately upon the route that has been taken by Renata Glass. Very effective, but takeover just so dangerous here. Closer immediately onto Tactical, getting the trade back and forth. 4 eliminated for TSM.
All he can do is watch as the 100 Thieves will take the Dragon after already taking the lives
of their play because of their championship status, but the streak that they have has put them so much in contention within the standings against C9. And off of the power that they have accumulated, should be able to take this mid turret.
Meanwhile, and if they can't brute force a win in a team fight, 100 Thieves continue to split them apart.
And TSM right now spending a lot of time just keeping Someday away from continuing to push over on that mid wave. And now up onto the turret, so they want to be able to trade this back. 100 Thieves in the meantime just want to get a little bit of that reset for their bot laners.
Should be fairly simple for 100 Thieves to collapse on. Shenyi actually getting collapsed on in the river.
Knock up to try and capitalize upon. Closer goes back in, though, into stasis. Shenyi goes, but in the backline, Tactical has been blasted, so a lot of the damage no longer available for TSM. Kick goes on to Spica. Spica goes on down. Takeover, zooming on in to take down Closer, but they are still at the player deficit. The gun damage too strong here, and Shenyi is just a few shots away from Someday Dredge line to close some of this
And they're like, that is illegal. This is our river. This is the 100 Thieves river. Shenyi once again the target. Closer chunked to 50%, but the collapse from 100 Thieves is huge. 400 Thieves if they can get it. TSM actually forcing quickly.
Abadaga using the Hex Gate to get over towards the back for a little bit of surrounding action, and now TSM are rattled out of this.
No reason to stop. Mid lane gets annihilated. FBI here, able to clean it up while Someday goes topside.
Get that kill on the bot side means he will usher the wave over here towards mid. The range of 100 Thieves reigning strong when they can take down this inhibitor turret and turn their eyes towards the inhibitor itself. Another hook in, the crash down, Closer, safeguard back towards Huhi, so he stays alive despite being chunked down fairly low. Knock up onto FBI in the back line from that Dredge, or right now for the depth charge rather, from Shenyi. So an imperative ultimate utilized from TSM. The onslaught so strong from 100 Thieves here means they can take 2 inhibitors. TSM, it's feeling like that itch of having to be somewhat on the last stand. 100 Thieves with this barren push are still going through, only 22 seconds on it. Charm directly goes into the stopwatch from Shenyi, but way over on the opposite side, Huni getting bailed out effectively. Someday into stasis he goes as well. A good old knockdown onto one little big old bug means that Tactical is out of it, and the rest of 100 Thieves just have a few more hits to go on to Huni. Abadaga flashing on forward, but it's answered by the flash from Huni, who eventually falls. It's Takeover making the last stand here for TSM. They'll take down this turret eventually, but right now they're just feeling good about the push that they have been making.
They certainly are, and 100 Thieves looking to extend their win streak to 6 games here on the first day of Super Week.
Third inhibitor down as well. We'll get those doubles. 2 bounties onto your biggest damage dealers. There's a depth charge rolling on through. See if they can capitalize. Once again going on in, and exhaust used on to Takeover to try and keep this away. A good old smash from Huni, but can they follow up? There's no longer an FBI to worry about, but they lose their mid laner. They lose their support on the side of TSM, and they lose another one here. And 100 Thieves are feeling good even without their ADC, except Closer, he's pretty low. Sidestepping what Huni has brought through. Charm to get the triple kill for Abadaga. Huni should be able to actually join the rest of them. Someday, directly in the base, he takes down the Nexus turret. So no, TSM, if you can't make this stand, you have officially for the first time missed out on playoffs in the history of the organization.
In and out of playoffs. So we have Cloud9 still at the top, TL, 100 Thieves still firmly establishing themselves in that 3rd place spot mark. Unfortunately, Immortals and TSM both out.
Both are unfortunately knocked out. They almost made the run happen. I think that's something we have to check in with Jat now. What's the road looking like after all that math that he was doing on the telestrator? I'm curious
Let's get
how he's looking over there.